Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Can
Hello,
you
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello? 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 Good evening. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Pradeep. Okay. So, okay, I'm having around 20 plus years of experience. Okay, then 11 plus years experience in as a SAP consultant. Okay, as a SAP consultant, and 8 plus years of experience as SAP trainer. So I used to train finance, controlling, materials management, sales and distribution, production planning, then S4, HANA, all these things. Okay, so this is my introduction. So can I know your name and profile and all these things? Fine. Yeah, no, tell me. Okay. 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 Any idea what is SAP is and how it works? Fine, no issue. Okay, then Rakshit, you tell me yours about. Okay. Okay. Fine. SAP. What is SAP? No. Okay. Fine, no issues. Then next, okay. Then HP, someone is logged into in the name of HP. Then on this over, right? Chandan. Yeah, Chandan. Hello, Chandan, Manu. Tell me about yourself. Hi. Sorry. You attend. Yeah, you attend. Yeah, yes. You are already attended, right? Because of your work profile, you are not able to come regularly, right? Okay, then. Rakesh, Naveen, Chandan, please introduce yourself. Yeah. Chandan, right? Chandan, okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Then SAP knowledge, how is SAP? Okay, no issue, no problem. No issue. Okay. Fine, no issue. Naveen? Okay. Fine, SAP, you are having some basic knowledge like end user level. Okay, fine. Then Rakesh. Yeah, Rakesh, tell me. Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, fine, no issues. Okay, then Sri Lakshmi. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay, then. Yeah, thank you. Veda V. Hi. Okay. SAP, you're not having any idea, right? Okay, fine. So most of students not having any idea is in SAP, right? Fine. Okay. Yeah, most of all students not having any. So please mute yourself, and if you're having any doubts, you can raise the hand and you can ask me the question, because all your session will be recorded. That's the reason. The background voice will be get recorded. That's the reason I'm telling you. Please mute yourself. Fine. Okay. Fine. We'll start. So SAP stands for System Application and Products in Data Processing. SAP stands for System Application and Products in Data Processing. It is a ERP software, or it is also called as number one ERP tool. What is ERP? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, right? Enterprise. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. And what is the use of SAP or any ERP tool? Any idea? What is the purpose of using ERP? Why we are using ERP? Then what is the use of or advantage of SAP or ERP? Okay. So ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise means a company, right? A company. In SAP terms, it is called as well-established companies. In SAP terms, it is called as well-established company. Means a big company. To run a company, we require some basic resources like money we require, then manpower or human power we require, Then if we are involved in production, then we require material. Then machines we require to maintain the production, we require machines. Then marketing methods or marketing. Okay, in big company these resources will be in large quantity, right? Money will be in close together, manpower means employees will be in many employees, materials we require many materials to produce, then machines, many plants will be there, then marketing and customer base will be many, right? So we need to track all these resources, for that purpose we need to plan that, right? To track this resource we need to plan that. So one person or one department cannot plan these resources, right? So that's the reason we are having a different departments or different modules in SAP to manage or to plan this resource. Like money will be planned in FICO. There is a module called FICO. FICO stands for Finance and Controlling. Manpower will be handled by HR or HCM. There is a module called HCM. HCM means Human Capital Management. Then materials, to plan the materials, we are having a module called MM. MM means Materials Management, or it is also called as Purchase Department. Then to manage or to plan machines, we are having a module called PP. PP stands for Production Planning. And marketing planning will be maintained by SD department. SD means Sales and Distribution. So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, where we are going to plan our resources. Right? So to plan the resources, we are having a module called, we are having many modules, like on the basis of our education background, we can select the modules. Like if you are having a background called MBA Finance or BCom, like they are going to, or they can prefer FICO, or MBA HR, MBA Sales, they can go with SD or HR. And if you are having mechanical background, then go with MM. Mechanical background, you can go with PP, like that. So on the basis of our education background, we can prefer the modules. The purpose of using ERP is to plan. This is a major purpose of using ERP is to plan our resources. So we are having one more purpose called integration. Integration means interlink between other department or other modules. To plan our resources, right? To plan our resources, I require data. Right? I require data. Data will be captured by different department with the help of integrations. Right? As a MM person or a MM or a materials management, we are going to integrate with MM with finance. FI means finance, CIVA means controlling, right? So why we require to integrate with FI? Because purchase will be taken care by MM department or MM person. After the purchase, payment will be maintained by finance department. So thing is, we are into purchase, right? We are going to take care of purchase only, but payment of that particular vendor will be maintained by finance department. So that's the purpose we are going to integrate with FI. What are the things we purchase in MM that we need to transfer to finance department? Okay, transfer means we are not transferring. We are going to integrate it in that way. So what are the things we purchase in MM department that will be reflected in financial accounting ledger? So that is a major use of integration, right? Next, MM with production planning, PP. So what is the purpose of production? What is the purpose of integrating with production planning? Material requirement planning, data captured from PP and fulfill their material requirements, because production, they are into production department, they are not into purchase, right? So we need to collect the data from production department, means material data, then on the basis of their requirement we are going to purchase the material, right? So that's the purpose we are going to integrate with PP department. Then MM with SD means sales and distribution department, right? What is the purpose of integrating with SD? To take care of inventory of finished goods and trading goods. In SD department or sales department, they used to sell trading goods and finished goods, right? What is the difference between trading goods and finished goods? What is the meaning of trading goods? Any idea? And finished goods. Trading goods means we are not into manufacture of that goods. We are just selling that one. So here we are selling someone's products. Okay, so we are not into manufacture of that particular material, just we are selling, right? That is what we call it. We are doing the trade, that's it. We do the trades, whereas in finished goods we are selling our own products. Right? So as a company, we need to maintain all these things, because we are having some customers, we need to sell the product, but sometimes what will happen, we are not having a sufficient inventory with us. So what we do, we are going to purchase that material with some other vendor and we are going to sell to our customer. That is what we call as trading goods. So here we are going to integrate with SD department. Why? Because to take care of inventory of finished goods and trading goods. So what are the inventory we are having in our plant, we need to check it up. That's the reason we are going to integrate with SD department. The major use of SAP is planning and integration. Okay. So SAP has been categorized into two types. In SAP, we are having two types. Majorly, we can bifurcate into two types. Number one is technical, and second one is functional. So what is technical? Technical means those who are having a technical background, like they're having, some people is having a background like BE, that took computer science, or BSc computer science, or BCA or MCA, like that. Those peoples are called as technical, because in education level they are involved in development, right? Software development, then programming, or it's also called as coding. This kind of activity will be maintained in technical side of the technical side, right? This will be maintained in technical, right? For this kind of people, we are having a technical module called ABAP, technical module called ABAP or BASIS. Those who are having a technical background, they can go with technical modules. Those who have technical background, they can go with technical modules like ABAP, BASIS. Even you people also can do, but you are not having any technical background, then it is very difficult to get the job, because you are having a functional or non-technical background. I will not suggest you to go with this module. Okay, we are not having technical background, so what we do, we are going to go with a functional side. In functional, we are having many modules like MM, ESD, HR, PP, finance, controlling, then quality management, like plant maintenance. All these kind of modules we are having in functional side. Okay, technical peoples are involved in development or programming or coding, right? But what actually we do? What actually we do? We are into configurations. We are into configurations or customization, or in simple words we can call it as settings, changing the settings. Simple words we can call it as changing the settings. So what is actually configuration is? What is actually configurations? What do you mean by configurations? So what do you mean by configurations? Or in general, what is the purpose of using any software? What is the purpose of using any software? So you assume that you are using Excel, right? Excel or Word or SAP. What is the use of, or what is the purpose of using any software? The purpose of using software is to reporting, right? We require reports. Means in Excel we are going to store some data, right? We are going to store some data. Why we are storing the data? Because whenever I require that data, I can easily view that data, right? So that's the reason we are saving. Then what are the entries we do in day-to-day business that will be get stored, and after 1 month or after 1 year or after 1 quarter, that will be converted into report, right? So use of any software is to reporting purpose, right? So reporting will be different from country to country. Say as an example, we are in India and some country called as US, right? Assume that in India we are maintaining GST, but in US there is no GST. In India we are maintaining TDS, but in US there is no TDS, but they are having separate tax procedure, right? On the basis of their requirement, we do configuration. Right? So on the basis of client requirement, we are going to change the settings. On the basis of client requirement, we do configurations, or we are going to change the settings. So this is a major work of functional side. We are not going to teach you any technical coding or any technical programming like that. We are into configurations. We are getting the requirement from customer side. So on the basis of customer requirement, we do the configuration, that too in functional side. We are not going to touch any technical modules. We are going to work in functional side. Okay. So this is our working nature. This is a technical and this is a functions, where we are going to work with functional side, and we are as a functional person or functional candidate, we are going to do the configurations. Configurations means on the basis of customer requirements. On the basis of customer requirement, we do the settings. Okay, fine. Then next, in SAP, two types of screens or roles. Two types of screens or roles we are having. First one, easy access, or first screen is called as easy access, and it is also called as front end screen. And the second type of screen we are having, IMG, or implementation guide access, and it's called as back end screen. In easy access, who is going to work in easy access? End users used to work. Who is end user? End user means no configuration. Those persons not having any knowledge in configurations, that kind of person is called as end users. No configurations knowledge. Okay. So what they do in the system, or what they do in the company, they are into posting the transactions. Posting the transactions. What is transactions? Transactions like posting of purchase order, posting of purchase order, posting of purchase requisition. I'll explain what is purchase order, what is purchase requisition. Then request for quotation, request for quotation. Okay. Then goods received. So all this kind of activity will be maintained by end users because they don't have any knowledge in configurations. So this is what we call as basic level of work. Basic level of work or data entry work. Data entry work. Because all the data will be provided by consultants. I'll explain who is consultant is, and on the basis of their data these people used to post this kind of transaction. Okay, this is basic level of work or data entry work. And we are having another type of screen, IMG screen or implementation guide screen. There who is going to work? Consultants going to work. Consultant means experience or knowledge in configurations. Experience or knowledge in configurations. Yeah. So what they do? They do the configurations or customization or settings. So these people will be involved in doing the configuration, customization, settings. So in our training we are going to concentrate on configurations or consultant level because as I told you this is a basic level of work. All the data will be provided by this consultant. By using these data, these people used to post the transactions. Like purchase order, purchase requisition, request for quotation, goods received. All the data will be provided by this consultant. By using the data, these end users used to post the entries. So in our training, we are going to concentrate on consultant level because this is a basic level, right? And this is a back-end and advanced level. But I am going to teach you both. I am going to teach you consultant level as well as end user level. Why? Because after my configurations, I used to come to easy access and I am going to test my configuration. Right? I need to test. If my configuration is correct, then I can able to post this kind of entries. If my configuration is not correct, then I'm not able to post this entry. What will happen? If I'm not able to post the entry, what will happen? So if not able to post the entry, we are not able to generate the report, right? Without report, what is the use of any software? As I told you, so reporting, the purpose of using any software is to reporting, right? If you are not getting any reports, then what is the use of using any software, right? So without configurations, end users can't post the transaction or entries, or documents without configurations. End user can post the entries, the transactions or documents. Okay, so without entries we cannot, or end user can't generate the reports. End users can't generate the reports. So what are the entries we do, or what are the transactions we do in day-to-day business that will be converted into report by end of the month or end of the quarter or end of the year. So here we are going to concentrate on consultant, but meantime I am going to teach you easy access, how end users activities will be work, and all the things will be we are going to maintain. But our concentration will be on consultant level. Concentration will be consultant level. And if you go into real time, or if you are a consultant in real time, this is not your area, or this you are not going to work, or you are not going to post any transactions. Or if you are an end user, you are not supposed to access this screen. You are not supposed to access this screen because your area will be restricted here only, or your things will be maintained this level only. But here we can manage to maintain both screens because we are going to work in training system, and in that training system we can able to see both screen. So in that time we can, as a person, we are going to do the consultant configurations. As a consultant we do the configurations, and by using same configurations we do the transaction like this. Okay, please reconnect, we will discuss further. Okay. Okay, any doubt is there? Anything you want to clarify? If not, I'll continue. Yes. Fine. If you're not having any doubts, I'll continue with some other thing. Fine. So in SAP MM, we are going to cover, or we are having 8 chapters. I'm telling about consultant level. It is not for end user. So this syllabus will be for consultant only. Okay, so 8 chapters we are having. First one, purchasing. So in purchasing we are having, under purchasing we are having first chapter called document types. So as we discussed, these are also called as document, like purchase order, purchase requisition, RFQ, goods receipt. It's also called as document or transactions or entries like that. Okay, to post that kind of documents, what are the back-end configurations we require that will be maintained in document types? Please mute yourself. Okay. To post this kind of entry, so as I told you, the entries will be maintained or posting will be maintained by end users. To maintain or post that entries or the document, end users require some configurations like document types they require, like number ranges they require, and screen layout they require. So that will be maintained in document types. Okay, then pricing procedure. So what is pricing procedure? Pricing means apart from cost. Say, assume that you purchase 100 quantity of a material and vendor is going to charge 1000 rupees for that particular material. So total will be 1 lakh. So this 1 lakh is called as cost. Means we need to pay that much amount to our vendor, right? Right. Apart from that, this is not a net payable, right? This is not a net payable to vendor. Apart from this 1 lakh, we need to pay some extra charges like freight charges. Freight means transportation charges, then picking and packing charges. All this is called as freight charges. Then insurance. There might be customs duty. Customs is one kind of tax. If you import the goods from outside, you need to pay some custom duty. Then GST. All these kind of things we need to pay to vendor and government, right? So that will be maintained in pricing procedure. As we are having 2 types of pricing procedure, like domestic pricing procedure, means if you are going to purchase the material with a domestic vendor, means inside India, if you are purchased, then what kind of conditions or what are conditions we need to maintain, that will be maintained in domestic pricing. Or if you import the materials from some foreign vendor, then what are the conditions we need to maintain? So that will be maintained in pricing procedure. That will be maintained in pricing procedure. Okay, so that is the second topic which comes in purchasing module. Then third one, sorry, what is domestic? Yeah, if you purchase the material with the domestic vendor, so we need to pay some freight charges. Means, say example, you are in Bangalore, right? You purchase the material with the Delhi vendor. So from Delhi to Bangalore, he need to transport the material, right? So for that, he may charge some extra 5,000 cost that you need to bear. So that is what we call as other expense, other than cost. So 10% of freight will be maybe 5 to 10%, like that. Then insurance again 5%, like that. This will be added to this cost. Okay, so that is a procedure or pricing procedure. Or if you purchase the material with foreign vendor, then you need to maintain some other conditions. We'll discuss that one in pricing procedure. Okay. Then don't worry, this is a overview, this is an overview. Don't worry, we'll discuss deeply in that when we come into that particular chapter. Then the release strategy, the third step will be release strategy. So release strategy means, so all we can do the configuration in that way. All purchase order, all documents will be monitored by our higher authority. Monitored by higher authority. So we can do that kind of configurations, because what will happen, sometimes we require to look after what are the things or what are the activities end user used to do. Okay, so that's the reason release strategy is very much useful in real time. So this is what we can see in purchasing department. After that, some small topics like terms of payments. So what is terms of payments? So after purchase of material, we need to pay the amount to my vendor, right? So within how many days we need to pay? Or vendor is going to give some credit. Vendor is going to give the credit, or vendor is not going to giving the credit. So that we are going to maintain in terms of payments. How much discount he is going to give? All these things will be maintained in terms of payments. Then output determination. Output determination means, so we are sending or we are posting some transactions. We are sending some transaction like purchase order or request for quotation. So that will be sent to vendor. That will be dispatched to vendor. How you are going to dispatch, or how you are going to send that this one order or document? Like you are assume that you are purchasing some material, right? So you are going to send or you are going to post the purchase order. But how you are going to send that? Through printed material, or through fax you are sending, or through email. So this is what we call as output determinations. How you are going to sending the message to your vendor, or mode of what we call mode of output. So that will be maintained in terms of payments. Output determination. So this is first topic or first chapter, and second topic or second chapter is external services management. External services. In first chapter we discussed when we are purchasing the physical material. When we are purchasing physical material, so these are the activities we can see. But sometimes apart from physical material, we need to purchase some services. Services like security guards we require to take care of our plant and our premises. Security guard. Then housekeeping. These kind of services which is not comes under company's payroll, right? So these things will be, we are going to outsource. So we are going to outsource. These services will be outsourced, or these services is not comes under company's payroll. So in that case, what we do, we are going to purchase this material with some other vendor. Say example, you require 10 security guards, and for the 10 security guards you are ready to pay 10,000 rupees per guard. Then how much you need to pay? Total 1 lakh, right? So this kind of things will be maintained in also. This is called as services. Or if you want to paint your building, painting services, you can recruit from outside also. Then machine maintenance. Machine maintenance. This kind of services we can outsource from different vendors. Even we can purchase the material physically, or we can purchase the services. Then third one, inventory management and physical inventory. Inventory management and physical inventory. So what is inventory management? So after purchase of material, so we need to store that material in a proper way, because whenever we require that material, we can easily pick that material, right? So after the purchase of material, we need to think where to receive the material. Then after receiving the material, another thing is where to store the material. So after storing, next thing will be where to move the material. Where to receive the material means we are going to receive the material at plant level. So we are going to receive the material at plant level. So after receiving the material under plant, we are going to store at storage location. Storage location. After purchase of material, we cannot keep that material as it is, right? Because it is not an asset. It is not a fixed asset, right? So we need to move that material to different department. Like we need to move the material to production department. Either we need to we need to issue the material to production department, sales department, scrap department, or sample. Like that, we need to move that material in different levels, right? So this will be maintained in inventory management, or this thing will be maintained in inventory management. Then what is a physical inventory? This is what we call as IM. Physical inventory. Physical inventory means comparison between system stock with physical stock. It's comparison between system stock with physical stock. Sometimes what will happen now? So according to system, we are having some 100 quantity of material. According to system, we are having 100 quantity of material, and when we check physically, we got 80 quantity, because it may be damaged, it may be stolen, right? So this kind of thing will be happen. That's the reason we need to check with system stock with physical stock. So that will be maintained in physical inventory, right? Sometimes according to system 100 quantity, and according to physical 120 quantity. Then sometimes according to system 100 quantity and physically check 100 quantity. So these things will be happen in real time. So we need to count this material. Once in a month, or 2 months wise, or quarter wise, 6 months wise, 1 year wise. So according to material, okay, we need to count the material. So according to material, we can categorize that material. And on the basis of category, we can count the material. Say example, category A. It's a costly material with less storage. So assume that you are purchasing costly material. We are not going to store that material into our location. Straight away when we purchase, straight away it will go to production department. So in that type, what we do, we need to count this type of material in or monthly wise. Okay, then category B, again it's a costly material or high costly material. I'll give this one high costly material, and here I'll give medium cost material or medium cost material, and with medium storage, and count will be 2 months wise. Then category C, costly material with medium storage, and count will be 6 months wise. Okay, 6 months wise. And last kind of material, that is category D material, low price material, high storage, and count will be yearly. Count will be yearly. Yes. Okay, so this is physical inventory. We need to count the material. According to the category. So on that basis, we come to know that which kind of material we are having, and according to physical how much we are having, and according to system how much we are having. So that will be maintained in physical inventory. Fine. So we'll stop here today, and we'll discuss regarding this chapter tomorrow at same time, 7 to 8. Okay. Fine. Any doubts is there? You can carry to next class. We'll discuss that one. Okay. Bye. Good night.